Hi, this is James with Fiscally Fit Foodie, and today we're going to be talking about how to clean your cast iron pan or pot or Dutch oven in this case. This is an extremely durable, very heavy material, cast iron, and it is a little bit, it takes a little bit of maintenance, but if you do it regularly, it's not a big deal. You never want to put soap in here. And you just basically, between cleaning or between uses, you want to take a paper towel while it's still hot, put a little water on the paper towel, wipe out the inside, try to get the residue off, and then put it back on the heat for a couple minutes, because you don't ever want moisture on here, otherwise rust can happen, and nobody wants to eat rust. It's not good. But you always want to finish with oil. You can see this one's kind of shimmery. It's because you put oil also on a paper towel and you wipe out the inside after you're done. That's for light residue. Like, if you get all of it off, that's good. If you have, after the water step, and you put some hot water in it and not all of it's coming off on your paper towel, you might have to resort to adding salt into the bottom. It kind of gives it that gritty texture, so when you mix in some water and then you use the paper towel, and you mix it all in, it should pull some of that up off the bottom of the cast iron pan. If you have more of a heavy residue on the bottom of this thing, you're going to have to use a sponge, and you don't really want to if you can help it. The issue with the sponge, this is a porous surface here. That's why you don't use soap. If you don't want to damage the bottom of this with something like the scratchy side of a sponge. So if it comes down to that, it probably means you've neglected it for a while, and you're going to have to re-season it, which involves just adding a little salt, adding a little oil, and putting it on heat for a couple minutes, and that'll create that barrier. And what that barrier does is it makes this pot almost non-stick, basically. You can cook eggs and things in here. The other thing that's great about this pot that you can't do with a lot of other ones, you'll see that it's got this metal handle, but you can put this in the oven, on the stove. You can even put it like directly onto a fire. So it's extremely durable, versatile. And the one last thing I want to point out is that when you're cooking with one of these, if your iron levels are high and you don't need to have more iron, then you probably want to be careful with this. It has a tendency to leach a little bit of iron into your food, especially if you use more acidic items like, say, tomatoes or vinegar or something like that. You're going to have to be a little careful, but really it's not anything that, unless you're pregnant or you have issues with the iron levels, that should affect you. Most people actually could use a little more iron, so it's not too terrible. As you can see, cast iron is a great addition to your kitchen, and I just showed you how to keep it clean, so you can cook with it anytime you want to. So go on out and cook with it and give it a try.